Hello and happy days to each of you folks. I hope you guys are having an absolutely amazing day, one of the best you've ever had in your entire life for you folks. Recently I'm doing my 10th Let's Play for Star Control 2, the Urquan Masters. This is our next one and that sort of thing too. Last time I just I met the Druge, the big bad and evil people. They're mercantile people and just treated some for some of their stuff. And then previously I also started recently the religion. I helped out the Zotfotbik, and I also helped out the Cyrene Stark, their ambush, and that sort of thing too. So here's taking a look at the star map. You can see they're starting to move over, and that sort of thing too. And now what I'm going to do here, because I don't have a whole lot of crew, and I got to go to one place at the mic to grab the sun. And you'll hear about this from the from information that you got. It's in Beta Brahe, so I'm going to head. So before the Mycon leave, I'm going to head home and that sort of a thing too. Then get more crew, and I'm also going to buy another group because if you recall, once I had a small number of Mycons that blew through my ship's crew, I had to go back and get them taken care of. So we're going to get a third crew vessel and that sort of a thing too. So let's get that started. Up here now for you folks. Now we're gonna head over there, and then we'll help out the Cyrene and stuff too. And ideally, after I get that device, I'm going to head over to Umka space and grab the talking pet. So we're gonna kind of fast. There's the bus over here. Here it is. Alright. So now we're going to go ahead and go over to the Earth era. Which is... We are on there. We'll then head over to all the good stuff for you folks. Remember, everything I'm doing here is on a solar room. It's on a map. It's on a there's no mouse in the 90s. On the free version, Ur-Quan Masters. There's all the So again, we'll go down here. If I have any stuff, I wasn't bothered with that.
Greetings, Captain. I'm ready to assist you.
Let's see if I got anything. I do have another small phone. Not that many, but it's enough. It's a little
Another small load, Captain. Well, I suppose something is better than nothing.
Do I have anything that I've acquired?
The analysis reads as follows. Subject, Ultron device. Data, the Ultron is partially functional and we can detect energy emission from the device. We suspect that the unit requires additional minor repairs before achieving full functionality, and at this time we cannot make an assessment of its capabilities. Summary, a single additional replacement part should bring the Ultron to life. That's the end of our scientist's report.
Alright, now let's get back out there.
Blow up an Urquan for me, Captain.
And now let's head to do some purchases and that sort of thing. We're also going to sell off the Zotfotbik one. They gave me 4 stingers after I saved them from the big bad of this era. Also, so I'm going to go ahead and also going to just... actually, I'll do it here in a second. And then... sell it to crew. And then you can see that's about 600. Just sell. And our example that's and they're not exactly heavily dirt because I want them just and this is the one that I traded for with the Druge. This is their ship for you folks. That's a couple of my combos for you. Alright. Exit this menu, head to the shipyard. Then we're going to, first of all, we're going to buy fuel. Point defense, like, you need 3 of them. Okay, up to 3, and I got 2 from the pod. Then we'll escape here. And then we'll head back over here to the shipyard, fill up my ship molds, guys. Should be about 150. Ready to go. So let's go ahead and launch it. Actually, while I'm here, I might want to go ahead and maybe grab another Earthling cruiser, because I'm going to go to buy it. Maybe do a Forge Nemesis or something like that in case my ship gets blasted. The Ors is incredibly awesome. But the Earthling cruiser are a great one for range. So let's grab just in case. Alright guys, I need to sit out. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and see. Navigate. Now we're going to head north. Alright folks. Head over here. Now we're going to head over as soon as the Mycon leave the Brian. So I'm going to check and see when they have left there. Star map. Beta Brian is split its coordinates real fast. Let's get there. Make sure they have walking. It is 6:38. Those. That's it, brother. They're barely there, so I'll go ahead and use the manifest and head over here. And by the time I get there, I should be grab them. This is the Sun device. You did get this information on this from some clues. It was all yours was saved down with some. That is each. We're gonna get some fight money. Sorry. Now we're gonna be moving through my there. Alright. Okay. Actually, let's save it before. Just in case we're running like a huge number on the way there or something like that. There should still be a smaller icon. It's here at Beta Brian. This is how you get other ideas that come grab this good stuff. And we have arrived at Beta Brian. I will save again. Now that we've sent them out with the ambush for the side route. as revenge for colonizing, turning their world into their home planet, Sire. Beta Brahim 1. There we go. I'm running into it's 5. That's a lot of Beta Brahe. It's a lot. Remember that, like 3 or 4 boosts for my crew. Let's see.
This is a special place filled with Juffo-Wup. We must not allow it to be soiled by the Non. You must go now.
What makes this world so special to you?
Juffo-Wup is the power of life. Hot warmth in the cold void. It flows through all things, binding them together, making them one. You are non-Juffo-Wup. You cannot understand. Below is the pod of Juffo-Wup, there for 1,000 centuries. When we are cold, the pod opens and warms us. When it is dark, the pod clenches, and lo, there is light. You are the Non. The pod is not for you. You must leave.
So they haven't reached the place where the ambush is yet. Let's ask them. Have you visited the planet I told you
We
about?
have experienced unforeseen delays in planting deep children beneath the crust of Urquan Masters. However, Juffo-Wup is inevitable. The deep children will be born.
I have business on this world. Please move us on.
Juffo-Wup flows through time and space. It cannot be stopped by mere energy blasts. However, you are not part of Juffo-Wup. You can be destroyed by energy blasts. Let us demonstrate.
And now the battle. Get ready. Alright. That's very close. Lost 13 people. That's a lot, actually. That's why they're eating it. Lost another 6. I just ate a lot of damage. I took 55 damage total. I think there's one more, I'm not sure. Yep. There's 5 total. I lost about roughly half my health. We'll save it now before I do anything more. And say there we go. Scan. Okay, scan minerals. It's got lots of stuff. And then biological. Alright, let's go ahead and dispatch. We're going to grab some stuff for the furnace while we're here. Surface, sir, we are experiencing major tectonic shocks here on the surface. Wait a minute. These seem to have passed. Ooh, that was awful. Captain, when we weren't bouncing off the ceiling or being bashed against the lander walls, we were looking for whatever it was that the Mycons were hiding in. We think we found it. I don't know what to call it. Kind of looks like a cross between a spider and an antenna. But Juvo, the engineer we brought along, says the device has the capacity to radiate incredible amounts of energy in the form of light. This decided not to experiment with the artifact, and we'll be bringing it back aboard immediately, right after we explore the immediate vicinity. Alright, so now we found it. Now let's do some more dispatching. So the sun device is basically because the Mycon need a hot world and that sort of thing to live on, hot fungi, so they use it to keep their world hot for habitable stuff. So I should grab it. Dispatching. Stuff. Luckily, I've got all the security machines. I lost a bunch of people on this record too. So I met some people. Save. Actually, save game. 37, and now we're going to head to Orion space. I'm sorry, to the space of the Ur-Quan, which are a battle for all that we fought against in the first round. We're gonna head to their space. Remember, in the early game, we met the Ur-Quan, which were allies, and they said that they had recovered the talking pad, so we're gonna big friends. So we're heading over to the I'm trying to find out where that one is. Now we'll just go over to expand into that space. Yeah, we go. It's going from here to the Draconis. The coordinates for that too. This is the home world of the Ur-Quan, and we're going to check in on the talking pet. So we're going to find out lots more about the talking pets. But basically, talking pets are the because the Urquan don't believe in sort of engaging you as a person. So they don't turn down your language, so the talking pets are there, if that makes sense. There we go. And there are also a couple plants here, right? Some stuff. They are radioactive wolves, I believe, on the third one. Alright. So now we're just waiting for the video. And once that happens, we'll be in a good place. We have Urquan here. I've still not run into the Ur-Quan for purposes of, putting on my shield. I think 38 probably is a good place. I don't want to have a bunch of lights. That's sort of the thing too, so let's go ahead and begin here. Let's start by going to the first planet. Actually, let's go ahead and go to 3. While I'm here. 3 A and B. It's up here. No, it's down there. 3 A and B. Okay. Be nothing here because it's the gas bubble. So, I'm not here. Radioactive world. Right there. Let's go with this match. That was the second plan here. Let's go to the first. Not even that anymore. Maybe a little tectonics. One down here. Seconds for all of the Ur-Quan to arrive here, and then I'll leave this section head to their own. They mean like
What do you want?
This is the docking thing. I thought this was the Ur-Quan.
I am a peaceful creature, a friendly alien life form. The Urquan called us talking pets. Until recently, I was employed on a dreadnought starship as a translator. Then, after the ship suffered severe damage from combat, we crashed at Alpha Pavonis. Miraculously, I survived. I was rescued by an Arilu Lollylay exploration vessel. The Arilu, they couldn't heal my most severe injuries, so they brought me to the Unga who possess superior bioengineering skills.
I thought talking pets would set you. He seems hard, no?
Oh, you know about that, do you? Oh, well, I guess that means I'll have to kill you now. I can't permit you to reveal my transformation. Urquan might find out, and then my plans for revenge will be ruined. Well, I tried to spare your life, Captain, but you were just too curious. So now, seek death at the hands of your enemy. I cannot compel you. Your mind is closed to me. How can this be? I am forced to resort to more primitive measures. Unga Commander, summon your 10 combat ships and attack this intruder instantly.
Alright, so what's happening here is that, remember I got the Talo mind device, so you needed to talk to him. I'll start off with my main ship, which should be fine. destroyed 10 ships. Lost 27 crew. 15 of those was from our planet.
Hi there, friendly Starship Captain. You'll never believe this, but somehow the injuries I suffered when the Ur-Quan crashed triggered some kind of a personality transformation. I became evil and spiteful, cruel and nasty, whimsically unpleasant. You may have also noticed I gained some kind of temporary psychic powers. Well, I just want to let you know I'm cured, Captain. I don't know exactly how, but when you were fighting those Oomga ships, a chunk of the ceiling fell down on my head and gave me quite a whack. Ouch, ooch, it still hurts. When I awoke, the universe had ceased to be the dark and hostile place I had previously thought it to be. Instead, I was overwhelmed, yes, even awed by the beauty and perfection of it all. I also discovered that I had completely lost those wicked mental powers and can now look forward to a new life filled with happiness, butterflies, and goodwill for all. Your job is done, Captain. You have saved me. Now you can safely remove your psychic protection device and leave. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, why are you looking at me like that, Captain? Don't you believe me? You question my word? Okay, so I was lying. Big deal. So what? Boy, are you a pain. Do you know that? What do you want from me? My life? Oh, you do? Well, as an alternative, let me make this little suggestion. If you don't kill me, I'll help you do whatever you wish. Is it a deal, Captain?
What kind of deal do I can provide details?
I get the basic idea. You want to overthrow the Urquan. Bravo! Good idea. Way to go. I, too, wish to see the Urquan beaten, humiliated, destroyed, and I alone possess the unique ability that will help you achieve your goal. I can use my psychic powers to temporarily distract the Urquan, confuse him for a few seconds. Presumably, you will use this moment to strike a lethal blow against the Urquan. Such a plan cannot fail, Captain. We must see to that.
Tried to kill me. Talking about what are you really?
I will gladly tell you my story, Captain. Gladly. I was indeed a talking pet aboard an Urquan dreadnought. Those years are like a forgotten dream to me. Because I wasn't sentient, I was a dumb beast, an unthinking slave to the heinous Urquan. Then there was a great battle. The ship was hit, severely damaged. Slaves running down the corridors, commands, counter-commands. Then there was a scream atmosphere outside the hull. There was a big explosion of light thunder. We hit the surface of a planet, I'm pretty sure. Next thing I can remember was the face of the creature you called the Arilu. I was in great pain. But the creature was kind. It did what it could for me by applying its own medicines to my alien form. I was transported off planet. I remember an all-pervading green light. Then we were at the homeworld of the Arilu. Again, Captain, forgive me if I'm not more clear, but I wasn't intelligent yet. Give me a chance. I presume my injuries were too severe for the Arilu to repair. Or perhaps I reacted badly to their medicines or something, because the next thing I remember was being moved back into a ship. Things grow dim. My next memory is being on board an Oomga starship. Wet flesh throbbing all around me, Oomga laughing as they worked on my body. It was kind of unnerving. Suddenly, like the explosion of a bomb, real thought flooded my brain. I don't know how or why, but the Oomga had discovered that my brain could be easily changed, improved, to give me true intelligence. What they didn't realize is it also brought back a flood of memories. Memories of my species' ancient past, from before the time the Urquan castrated our thinking minds and transformed my people into crude beasts. I'm the only intelligent Denari left in this galaxy, Captain. Now you understand my lust for vengeance?
Alright, I agree.
No tricks, Captain. No tricks. I fear you cruelly misjudge me. I am on your side now. Together, we will make a great team, Captain. This day, this moment, shall go down forever in the history of our galaxy. I am coming aboard your ship now. I will make a nest in the pressurized section of your ship's hold. When you wish to talk with me, I will be there.
Now, see. At number 38. Now we're gonna navigate. Now I'm gonna go home because I need more crew from the next section. Is to allow the through dash, but and then they get them, which were a bad guys and that sort of thing too. Whoops, I say I want rambling or that sort of thing. Then after that happens, but I need more crew for that though. I gotta blot out like 24 more ships.
Hooray! Hooray! It's human Earthling! I'll save you. Oh, hurry, human Earthling. Hurry! Your reward awaits at our home.
Okay, I'll go back to the home. I'm here.
Hail, hail, human Earthling. Great hero has returned. Oh, my ribbons quivering just looking at him on monitor. What smile, what sparkling eyes, what nice bony structure. He one who has saved us from mental compulsion of evil talking pet. Hail, 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 oh great hero. We greatly speak to us how we reward you.
So how did the talking pet get control of your species?
Ah, well, Arigunalile, who kind of our neighbors, gave us talking pet, hoping we could heal it more severe injuries, which we did. While we're working on it, we do routine brain structure scans and discover that creature have extremely sophisticated set of neural pathways, even more complex than own. Further analysis showed that with minor genetic manipulations, talking pet intelligence greatly expanded, perhaps even to sentience. Oh, little did know what monster we created. Only a few hours after injected nanots with modification program, creature wakes up. Almost immediately took control of hospital, then city, then whole planet. We try to resist, but creature, even in drug-weakened state, too strong. From that day on, we just mindless slaves who live only to serve talking pet and big plan. What big plan? Oh, we never quite sure about details of the plan, except it involved getting revenge, and mean lots of revenge, against Ur-Quan Masters.
Alright. Why the Urquan? What did it have against them?
We don't know, but whatever it was, must have been pretty bad. Because talking pet, mad, real mad. How mad, you ask? Blowing up planets and eating juveniles, mad. That's how bad. We got the impression Urquan did something awful to talking pet, or maybe even whole species. Whatever it was worse than slavery. Maybe even worse than death.
Alright, so since I'm your great hero, guys, tell me all your secrets.
Secrets? You want secrets? Our secrets? Oh, you made a fatal mistake, human! Good joke, huh? Scared you? Sure, we'll tell our secrets. Now let me see. What are secrets? Oh yes, remember,
It's about mycons. You see, mycons only other race we know of that have same kind of biotechnical skills as Urquan. But amazing thing, they do all with their own bodies. Don't need tools. They just think genetic modification and it happened. We found that pretty hard understanding. So, when nobody came, we clonk one on head, bring it back here to our world, and slice it up. Tail stunning. Those guys not product of any natural evolutionary process. They constructs. Some kind of multi-purpose biological tool. We don't know who made them or for what purpose, but they way beyond anything we ever heard of. We not figure out much before kitchen samples all gross. So, guess that's pretty much all a big secret. Oh, do us a favor. Please not tell anybody about clunking my con. It's kind of against Ur-Quan laws and not want to get my con mad at us.
Please calm yourselves and just active solely from origins.
We must reward your deeds of courage. Killing a talking bat was a feat none of our species could perform. You superior, you hero, hail, hail, hail. We must reward you, but what do we have to give? Protoplasm? No, not easily appreciated. Vigorous esters? No, too common. Habit, genetic modification, yes, it's perfect gift. Listen, human earthling, we add some extra eyes, a few tentacles, other organs of whatever size and shape you desire. What? You not want more organs? You sure? How strange. How sad. This was best gift. We Urquan have nothing but vast supply of biological skills and data. Huh? What you say? You want biological data? Just plain, raw, biological data? What you do with it? Oh well, you hear me. Whatever you want, you get.
Well, your great hero must leave now. The rest assured I'll be back.
No, great human. I get this funny feeling. Would like to know what feeling is? Oh, good. I tell you. My feeling is that great hero stuff. Well, boring. Not funny at all. You only say hail, hail, hail so many times before it starts to lose appeal. So, instituting slight deviation in course of our relationship. Specifically, instead of being dull and lifeless great hero, you now glamorous and exciting great enemy! Oh, we give you some of our drone ships to make even more interesting. Yes, this is going to be lots more fun. Here, let me show you.
Alright, so we got ships and now we're gonna fight us. I'll send over my main one of their ships. Yeah, well, that's weird. Sorry about that. I was gonna just blow away from my main, but they just blew me up. So now I gotta load it from my last save. Do all that again.
Hail, hail. Hugh, We
Don't have secrets.
secret.
Jump bodies.
We
This is going to give us all stuff. This need now the rest short. Okay. Now the battle once again. This time I will choose a starship just in case. Alright, no. Hopefully, yeah, that's nice. Lost a starship, that's fine. I was supposed to jump away while they were dying. Sorry about that. It's fine. There we go. Now we're going to go ahead and save the game. And again, leave this area. Head back to the Earth for more crew. And that's what we're going to do. Also, this all the ships away. More and more, but you need to push this here. This one's not. And I'm going to pass devices. We're going to head home to get some more stuff. There we go. Also swing by the drop off the biological data that we just got to do. At the moment. You can find out what happened with the Urquan and why, and that's one thing their history. You need to get a code as to what to do. So we'll also go some here now. We'll also give them some past events, so you can help the system too. Hopefully they'll give me that code that I can use to talk to the Urquan.
Look out! Boy, what a close call. Captain, why did you try to run down that heel Varese vessel? You almost smashed it into flinders. What? You didn't see it? Surely you... Oh, never mind. Now? What would... The 500 units of bio...
Like make some purchases for
What great items would you like to buy today? How wonderful. The Ur-Quan evolved on a harsh planet, orbiting a star outside this region of space. They were solitary predators, like your praying mantis captain, or polar bear, who had a very limited set of social behaviors, most of which dealt with sex. Since they had to compete for survival against many physically superior species, the Ur-Quan evolved intelligence and tool use in much the same way as your own species. The Ur-Quan also learned to master their fierce territoriality, to build a cooperative planetary culture. When the Ur-Quan were discovered by the Taeo, They had just begun exploring their solar system in crude atomic vehicles. Although the Urquan attacked what they thought to be an invader, the Ta'elo were patient. They explained the purpose of the sentient milieu and offered the Urquan membership. The Urquan recognized the benefits that such a system provided, and once more conquered the hunting beast within themselves to become cooperative, productive members of the milieu. This lasted for several thousands of years.
Next up, more information.
Just over 20,000 years ago, when your ancestors were learning to chart the course of the moon and stars on animal horns, the sentient milieu spanned 500 light years and included the membership of 100 worlds. Like all other star travelers, they had discovered ruins and relics of a far more ancient culture, which your species calls the precursors. Explorers from many species spent their lives trying to piece together this ancient mystery, but of all races, the Urquan were the most bold adventurers. Their scouts, flying single ships, penetrated far into uncharted space and landed a million worlds. On one such mission, a young Urquan made planetfall on a small, life-bearing alien world to identify some anomalous energy readings, occasionally a sign of precursor installations. Instead, the Urquan found a small, hideous creature, a Dinyari. Before the scout was able to defend itself, the Dinyari creature took control of the Urquan's mind and commanded the scout to place the Dinyari aboard the Urquan's ship, along with hundreds of its evil brood. Then, the Urquan returned to the heart of the milieu, landing on its capital planet. Within hours, every resident of the planet was a Dinyari slave. Within months, Dinyari compelled starships and spread the evil, psychic creatures across the entire milieu.
This is more interesting.
When the Dinyari took control of the milieu, one race fought back, the Ta'elo. These slow, quiet creatures were silicon-based life forms, but bore little resemblance to the modern Genjesu. Ta'elo were natural immunes to the Dinyari's psychic compulsion. They were unaffected by the creature's power, and the Dinyari would not permit anyone to exist outside their control. So they ordered the remaining races of the milieu to attack and destroy the Ta'elo home planet. This planet was one of the few milieu worlds located in this region of space. I believe you call their star Delta Vulpeculae. Their home was a moon revolving about the second planet. I'm sad to say that the Ta'elo were, indeed, eliminated. However, at the time of their devastation, they had completed a device which they thought would give other races psychic immunity like their own. What happened to this device, this shield? It's hard to say. Maybe it was destroyed in the attack on their homeworld. Maybe not.
So we're going to find out basically that with all the slaves and such, that the Dinyari are the bad guys for the reasons that the Urquan are evil, and that's what we're going to do.
In the Dinyari's new empire, the Urquan were the favored slaves. This is probably because the Urquan were the most psychically sensitive, the most easily compelled. As the centuries of Dinyari dominance passed, what was once the sentient milieu deteriorated and degenerated into a great galactic gulag. Alien races which did not serve with the efficiency and speed demanded by the Dinyari were ruthlessly burned from the faces of their worlds. The agents of this genocide were inevitably the Dinyari's favorite pet, the Urquan. After almost 2,500 years of unrelenting Dinyari control, there were only 4 living member races of the once great sentient milieu. By this point, the Dinyari had used genetic manipulation to split the Urquan into 2 subspecies. The green Urquan, scientists, technicians, and administrators who were responsible for maintaining the limited infrastructure of the Dinyari civilization, and the black Urquan, who filled the ranks of basic laborer and combat soldier. Then, a chance discovery by an Urquan named Kazerza led to the violent overthrow of the Dinyari slave empire. The Urquan named Kazerza was a green, a researcher specializing in repairing the mental damage inflicted by long-term exposure to the Dinyari's psychic compulsion. By this point in history, the Dinyari had grown lax in their dominance, and on occasion accidentally permitted their slaves moments of self-direction. Kazerza was able to use those few scattered minutes to compose a theory. From its observations, Kazerza realized that when a slave died, the Dinyari disconnected from the slave's mind, lest it too be dragged down to death. Further, the Urquan scientist uncovered the fact that when a slave underwent great pain, the Dinyari temporarily disconnected, but that the degree of pain had to be extreme, nearly lethal. Kazerza chose its moment carefully. It waited until it was near an open transmission unit. Then, in a short moment of mental freedom, the Urquan injected itself with a dose of acidic poison, sending incredible waves of pain through its long body. In the few moments before its death, Kazerza was able to wrest control of the transmitter to send word of its discovery across the planet and into space as well. Before the Dinyari knew what was happening, Urquan everywhere were hacking at their own bodies with chunks of glass, burning themselves horribly, doing anything that would give them the few seconds of freedom necessary to find the nearest Dinyari and crush the bleeding creature. As they gained longer and longer periods of control, the Urquan developed new tools and weapons to destroy their evil masters. The most gruesome of these devices was the excruciator, a mechanism which was inserted directly into the brain and generated a constant stream of agony. The Dinyari could not bring themselves to make the necessary mental connection with these tortured Urquan. They were slaughtered by the thousands. The Urquan slave revolt was won.
Yes, you can see why they're actually the bad guys. That they had to embrace death and pain for the rest of their lives at an excruciating level. We were taking up the reading out and took him over, and then he'd also divided into targets because of the genetic information.
When the last Urquan was free of psychic compulsion, when the last free Dinyare was dead, the combined might of the Urquan starfleets met in orbit above the Dinyare homeworld. They had come together to make two important decisions. First, how to punish the few frightened Dinyare left below on the planet's surface. Second, how to ensure that never again would the Urquan be made slaves. The first decision was made swiftly. The Dinyare would not be allowed to die. It was too kind of fate. Instead, the creatures would be genetically modified into sub-sentience. They would become dumb animals. These low creatures would be further debased by serving the Urquan for all eternity in the most degrading way the Urquan could imagine, acting as translators, making physical contact with other species, whom the Urquan now considered grossly inferior to themselves and revolting. The second decision, how to ensure their freedom permanently, caused great turmoil.
So please tell us this historical information.
Following the successful Urquan slave revolt, the Urquan met to decide how to ensure their freedom. The Green Urquan, who called themselves the Kazertza in honor of the Urquan who triggered the revolt, wished to establish the path of now and forever, which required that all other sentient species must become slaves of the Urquan, or be forever imprisoned beneath an impenetrable force shield. Leading the opposition to this plan was Korra, a charismatic fleet officer. Korra proposed a simpler alternative, the Eternal Doctrine. Simply put, this scheme called for the systematic eradication of all sentient life in the universe, aside from the Urquan. Captain, if these positions seem to you extreme or unwarranted, you must remember that the Urquan had been unwilling slaves for millennia, and that each of them had to remain in agony for years in order to defeat the Dinyare. The followers of Kazertza and Korra were all on the brink of madness, but neither side would submit, and so they fought a bloody civil war.
Yep, makes total sense. So the bad guys from the first one just want me to be slaves, and that's the reason why they only screw me to a minimum amount, and that sort of thing. Either follow slaves in your world behind a shield, or battle slaves in their shields. Fighting for them to the degree of autonomy. And the other ones just want you annihilated. So you actually find out that the black ones are actually the bad guys, the worst guys, because they want you killed. Just also more information.
This is the last historical item we have for sale. The civil war between the Green Urquan, the followers of Kazertza, and their opponents, the death-dealing Korra, lasted for decades. It is likely that they would have annihilated each other were it not for a chance discovery. by Kazertsa, a precursor battleship. The vessel was huge, many times the size of the Urquan's vessels. The precursor ship sliced through the Korra forces in days. The Korra were defeated. However, in their victory, the Kazertsa were humble. They realized that there was a chance, but they were wrong, and the Korra were right. Instead of destroying the Korra, the Kazertsa let them go, directing them to make their way through the stars, traveling against the spin of the galaxy. The Kazertsa would travel in the opposite direction, and when the two Urquan forces met, they would fight again in ritual combat, with the precursor battleship given to the winner. Captain, this is happening here and now. The Kazertsa, the Urquan who enslaved Earth, are fighting their ritual battle against the Korra in a large area centered near the Craterus constellation. If the Korra win this battle, Captain, the Kazertsa will stand aside and let them kill us all. We believe it is your destiny to prevent this from happening. We regret to say that you have exhausted our supply of genuinely valuable information. However, we do have many thousands of useless facts, and that we will gladly sell you at a substantial discount. Are you interested? We thought not.
Alright, so now you know all the information. We are in the doctrinal
Pleasure dealing with you, Captain.
What our goal is going to be
We
to
look
destroy
forward
the
to your
Sumatran
next visit.
battleship, the precursor battleship, in order to remove their point of conflict. Now, we know all that stuff. To the beginning here, and then we're going to navigate back home to our missile system and sell some stuff, also sell some ships too. I'll probably keep one just for fun. So let's step on more crew. They'll probably say anything. Probably like fun, goodbye. After that happens. Head on over here to the Earth. Okay, there we go. Starbase command.
Welcome back, Captain. I have some information I think you should hear. This seems strange to me, and I considered not bringing it up, but not long ago, 6 of my people fell unconscious simultaneously for no apparent reason. When they awoke hours later, they reported being overwhelmed by a feeling of something very wrong that had taken place. The medtechs couldn't find anything wrong with these crew members, but they discovered one correlation. All 6 of them have exceptionally high Esper ratings.
Alright, your scientists analyze what requires.
The analysis reads as follows. Subject, talking pet life form. Data, this creature is physiologically identical to the so-called Urquan talking pet with one notable exception. It is highly intelligent and evidences strong psychic capabilities. Initial AIQR test rated it well above human super genius, though immediately after we made this shocking assessment, its scores dropped to the normal-subnormal range. Interviews with the subject have shown it to be cooperative, though a Class 4 pan-species psychological profile places the creature far into the furtive, hateful domain. There were also some disturbing incidences where we talked about roses, daisies, and other pretty flowers. Summary: everything's okay, nothing to worry about with this cuddly little guy. Not one thing. The next entry in the analysis is subject, sun device. Data, the unit contains a power generator whose output magnitude is simply mind-croggling. When activated, the device radiates energy equivalent to less than 1/100th of 1% of our sun. However, when placed close to a planet, perhaps in orbit, its output would rival Sol's. Summary: another precursor tool, the energy output of which can replace or augment a sun's radiance. That's the end of our scientist's report. More fuel for the fire, eh, Captain? That last load should keep it blazing.
Alright, now, goodbye.
Try to avoid getting gruesome.
I'll try not to do it. Now let's head over to the helm of the starship, and then we're going to add some fuel. And then I'm also going to after that happens, we'll save it. We'll head on full cells. See who got ships down the line, and then it will sell for about 17 cents. I'll pull my ship up to 150. Now I will save it in a minute. Yeah. Next thing I need to do is check in. I need to get a lot of crew because I got to do some fighting over in the third space because I need got space in my home space. Get that out of. Well, actually, while I'm here, let me just go ahead and check on the maps to see where we're at. And I might kind of starting to head back. I'm not sure if that means I can go to the Beetlejuice an ally with the orphan away. You saw their size. Their fleet got massively hit by the siren. So I'll wait until the next thing is over with. And that's another thing too. But there you go. Alright. So I hope check this out. Next week we'll ally with the third dash. We'll get the siren and get the last thing fixed. The Ultron, how about we get the suit box, get them allied with me too, and they're going to help, and they're going to attack the core on, allied with the siren, and then we're getting closer, probably like, maybe. And then the last one we got to ally with the Shimmer, with the sun device, and then over at Procyon, so that'll be next, and then after that, we go and fight the bad guys. And that's sort of thing too. So we might be like one or two. We're probably like 2 let's plays, but this might be just a heads up for you folks. Alright, yeah, it's very fast, and that's sort of a thing too. Alright, but there you go for you folks. I hope you enjoyed your time here today. If you like this video and you want to follow more on Wednesday, I do reviews older video games, stuff like that too. So I got my top 10 videos, which is one that's getting posted. The older and this will be on this one too, of good value games to play, either things that are free, or if they like this, on Ur-Quan Masters as the free demo that was made by the users the developers about 10 years later, or other games that are free too, as well as things that are just low value right now, or a couple of bigger value games that can give you like tons of time, lots of replay value. And then the next thing after that, on Saturday, I do something I call Serial Saturday, which I do reviews of movie and TV serials like Doctor Who from the first 60s, and I got another couple of seasons of that. Dick Tracy, just recently. Next up on that, Saturday, I just watched a couple of days ago on Saturday, I just watched a 4.5-hour one called Captain Midnight, based on the radio show from the early 40s, so you can check it out too. And then I also just posted my review of Radio Patrol from 37 based on the comic. So you can check those out too. and then on Monday do reviews of older tabletop RPGs and like Dungeons & Dragons or role playing or board games like Battle. And then the other 3 days a week I do older reviews of science fiction, fantasy, and horror too. Right? So I hope you'll check those out if you like that and do all the YouTube stuff too. And you want to find out for more of this or YouTube's Let's Plays or that other stuff too. And then you know you can tell from the title that's the passion of putting all these things for you folks. And then unlocking them and unpacking them for you. And this is definitely classic. Well, alrighty, so there you are. Well, thank you so very, very much for just taking some time out of your day and investing, right? Watching my videos because we all have so many things, right, that happen in our whole lives. I'm pulled in so many different directions too, right? So in fact, so this time with me, that's incredibly humbling. And I appreciate that so very, very much. So thanks again, and have an amazing day.